And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're talking about masculinity when it comes to you talking to other people. This is going to be an interesting one. Let's start first with the definitions of masculinity on this channel, which is completely different from everywhere else that you learn about masculinity. Masculinity is the ability to control your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior, so that you can be consistent, right? In order for you to get exponential growth on whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Now, the last part is not really the masculinity definition, but you understand what I mean. Why are we trying to be masculine? So that we can get abundance in every single aspect of life. So, how does that relate to when we communicate with others? First, I want to say, if you're masculine, you know exactly what you want to achieve. You know exactly where you're going and the effort and focus that needs to be put into what you're trying to do. So your old life, in your femininity space, this is where you were basically not having a drive, not having a goal, not having a direction in your life. That is when you're spending time with a lot of people who suck. Okay? So And now I'm talking about people that are actually your friends. People that are actually the ones that are around you a lot of the time. Okay, when you start your masculine journey towards where you want to go, you're going to temporarily be in a job, right? Or be in multiple jobs where you're spending time with people that they're not even your friends. Like, these are colleagues. These are people you have nothing in common with, and they jab to you about stuff that's completely ridiculous, completely not essential to what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go, right? I'm explaining to you now, already leaving behind the people that suck, and now moving on to people who still suck, but at least they're not your friends. At least they're just at your work. At least you can leave these people and not be part of their surrounding anymore at some part during the day. Do you understand what I mean? I'm trying to take you towards the next level in every single area of life, which means that over time, as you change, because this is what's going to happen. Once you're on that masculine journey, you're going to change your circle. Your inner circle will be completely different once I'm done with you. Okay, once we've actually helped you to transform from femininity to masculinity, you're going to have different people around you because you can't change people very often. They can only change themselves. You can be a good example. You can ask them questions and get them to get, help them to get epiphanies, right? And it's all about leadership and leading people towards, getting their abundance. Because if you can help them get their abundance, then they're going to be good friends that you will want to have in your inner circle because they understand the pain and the suffering and the rejection that you've gone through because they've gone through it themselves. Do you understand what I mean? That's where we're going. So the reason why I'm explaining this to you right now is because you're spending a lot of time with people who suck, people who are talking about non-essential things that has no relevance to where you're going. That means that you're diversifying your focus away from where you're going to people who are going to be in your life temporarily. They're going to be out of your life very, very quickly. Why are you talking to them in the first place? Right? You don't have time for this crap. You don't have time to talk about... Do you understand what I mean? Okay, so, we can mention family and all that stuff, and I've probably told you already that I would take down a lot of the time that you're spending with your family. Very often, families suck as well. Sorry, that's just how it is in terms of where you've been and compared to where you want to go. And the same principle applies in terms of you being an example, you being a leader, asking them questions, and then letting them live their own lives while they let you live yours. Right? And then as you progress, you just keep helping them a little bit here and there because you're just more driven. You're different. You're a leader. You're going in a complete different direction and you're doing it 100x. Right? You're going there fast. they don't have time to keep up with you, so they'll still remain in their cocoon of the past. And they're gonna talk to you about, again, very often, non-essential things, but how are we gonna be masculine about these things? Okay, let's see, who was it that said, what's his name again? One of these huge, internet YouTube gurus, I can't remember his name right now, but anyway, he was saying that you should spend 1/3 of your time with people who are worse than you, okay? So people basically that you're helping, people that you're, helping towards getting towards their dream and goals, and then, being there for them and supporting them and being nice, basically, right? Because you want to have friends, you want to be friends with everyone, right? That's 1/3 of the people, and then you got the other 1/3 of the people is people who are like you, people who are at your level, people who basically, you can relate with, no problem, and you have an amazing time being with them because it's comfortable and it's not a problem. And then you should spend 1/3 of your time with people that feel that you suck. Okay? Basically, people that are way better than you, people who are thinking way bigger than you, people who are better at people skills, better in everything, and have way more abundance than you do. Right? Look at your time schedules and time frame and think about how much time are you spending where. Okay? Because that's going to tell you some things. And the most important thing that I can tell you right now is that eventually you'll need to start your own business, right? I repeat that again and again on this channel, is that you first want to work 70 to 80 hour work weeks, having a job or 2 or 3 jobs, right? Because a job is just 40 hours a week. You need more. You need a second job. You need a third job perhaps. And when you have a job, one, your colleagues suck and your customers very often suck. That's just how it is. But sometimes you find peers. That's cool. Business partners or colleagues that are actually really driven and excited just like you are. Okay, good. That's fantastic. Amazing. You want to spend a bit more time with them so you don't drown in other people's problems way too much. Okay? But where is the spending time with people that are way better than you? Okay? Like if you could have gotten a job where you're spending time being mentored by someone who is way better than you, oh my gosh, you found a dream job. Someone who actually thinks you suck and that you have to gain their attention and their, and show your value in order for them to invest time in you, to train you in the thing that you want to learn. Does that make sense? If you don't have that kind of job, keep looking for one, but at the same time, you're going to get rid of all of your job within the next 18 to 30 months, right? Next year and a half to 2.5 years, you're not going to have a job for the rest of your life as long as you stick to this channel, you subscribe, you like this video, and you stick around. So don't spend too much time wasting trying to figure the perfect job, because it's very difficult to get those jobs anyway. So just be at your job, find any job that you can get, and then get out of it as fast as possible by building your business on the side and then spending time with the people that you want to spend time with. I'm doing the foundational work here of how to communicate with people in a masculine way. The foundational part is learning who people are, giving them labels so that you can understand where they're going, where they're coming from, in order for you to know how to handle the conversation. Okay? So, moving on to the next aspect. Oh, just one last thing. If you don't have those amazing people around you, and you basically are with people who suck in peers, right? Most of the time, where's that 1/3 going to come from? YouTube, right? You listening to YouTube of people who are way better than you in every aspect of life. People that have abundance. People that are teaching you the right things. Okay? People whose direction you want to go in. That's the people you need to listen to. When do you listen to YouTube? Well, I recommend that you've got a really, really big data plan and you spend money on that, because that's an investment, so that you can listen to YouTube all of the freaking time when you have the opportunity, but you listen to the same guys again and again and again. You have your favorite videos on repeat again and again and again, and you're listening to all of their videos instead of listening to random YouTube videos here and there. You want to get inside the brain of the best brains on YouTube, and you choose 2 or 3 absolute maximum to get inside their brains and understand how they think and how did they get to where they are, and what are they doing right now? What is important to them? Okay, do you know who I'm inside their brains? Who I'm studying like heck? Okay, one of the guys is a guy that's 10 years younger than me. He's 11 years younger than me, Ivan on Tech. I'm trying to get inside his brain because he's a genius. He's 23 years old and already a millionaire or more, okay, from the crypto space. Man, he's a genius. And I'm listening to him every single day, trying to get inside his brain. I also try to get inside the brain of Mike Maloney, okay, the gold and silver guy, and Peter Schiff. Why? Because these are the most prominent people right now who knows what's going on with the financial collapse that's happening. Those guys are those that I'm studying right now. There's no one out there who understands relationships like I do. So I don't study people that are, on relationships. If you want to learn about relationships, you come to this channel and the 3 Girls in Love channel because there's no one else who understands relationships like I do. Sorry, that's my take on it. That's my experience. I've seen it. I understand it. People are like, oh, marriage is so complex. Have you seen Patrick Bet-David's last video where he basically says, all of my multi-millions, all of the businesses that I've created, that was easy compared to marriage. And I'm like, yeah, that's the one I tackled first. I wanted to figure out how to make this relationship work. So anyway, back to masculinity when you communicate with others. The moment you start talking to a person, you need to find out information. Information. If you already have that information because you know their track record, you've been around them for a very long time, and you know that, they've been in the same position the last 5 years, the last 10 years, the last 20 years, and nothing's changed. They're exactly the same people, or they're on the decline. What do you think you're going to do about their advice? Okay? If they have advice on specific niche subjects in their lives because they spend a lot of time trying to figure out something specific in a specific niche, right? Then, okay, you listen to them and their advice with that specific thing. But the moment they start talking about anything else that has anything to do with success or that has anything to do with any other crap that you've learned differently because you've actually studied, right? Then you shut up. You don't say anything. You ignore what they're saying about the thing that they're talking about because you know they have no idea what they're talking about. Okay? That's rational. You're judging. Good. Fantastic. Because you don't want to waste your time. And if you start yapping to them about, no, it's not like that, it's like this, that's basically you being feminine and taking offense from the fact that they're wrong. Okay, did you see what I did just there? You're talking to a person who you know sucks, okay? It's not his fault. He's a good guy. He's a great guy, blah, blah, blah. But in the specific areas that he's talking about, he's completely ignorant. He has no idea what he's talking about. Do you know that, what is it called? Opinions are like assholes, right? My kids are awake, so I can't. Do you understand? Opinions are like assholes. And everyone has one, right? And they stink. So that's the way you have to think about it, that everyone has an opinion, but they all suck most of the time. So you don't have time to try to convince someone who thinks he knows everything already with the information that you've got. It's a waste of flippin' time. Meaning, if you're going to be masculine about it, you're going to ignore the conversation. Okay? Be nice about it. Oh, yeah, that's interesting that you think that way. I haven't thought of it that way before. Inside your brain, you're just like, man, okay, that's hilarious. I'm going to spend less time with this guy from now on. That's just how it is. Because you want to move on. You want to get to the land of your dreams, and right now you're wasting time with the guy that's not going to help you. You're wasting time. You're investing in someone who hasn't changed for the last 20 years, or 10 years, or 5 years. He's still important. He's still a nice guy. You still want to be friends with him forever in the sense that he doesn't come around and backstab you because you were rude to him that one time. Do you understand what I mean? You still want to be a friend and help him out. And is there anything I can do for you? Awesome. I'll help you out a little bit and just do this thing. Okay, on your way. See you later, bro. You're awesome. Woohoo. That's masculine. You're moving on. You're not wasting time. Prioritization. I'm going to make an own video, probably on the 3 Girls in Love channel, because this is crucial to femininity and masculinity in terms of prioritizing. When you are prioritizing, obviously, everyone around you cannot be equal. Important to remember. The equality of people. Yes, everyone is just as awesome. Everyone is a person. So you got to treat everyone nice, of course, right? But everyone is not equal. Because not everyone can help you to get to the land of your dreams. Which means that some people are more important than others. There is such a thing called a VIP. And those are the people that you should be serving all day long. Because they're going to help you to get to the land of your dreams. Do you understand what I mean? And then there are some people that are not important at all, other than the fact that they're a person. Or other than the fact that they're a family member. They're important. You love them. You care for them. But, man, wasting time, wasting your precious life, the little amount of time you have, bro, let's move on. Let's take care of them. Let's be nice to them. But don't listen to their opinions. Look at how they live. Look at their track record and move on. Okay? So that's the masculine way when you are not interested in them at all. Let's say you come to peers now who are actually just as smart as you. Let's hope you're smart, man. If you're not smart, then you should try to spend a lot of time with people that are smarter than you and become ambitious. Start researching. Start understanding different aspects of life, and especially relationships. That's the most important category of life to understand. Okay? If you understand the book, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, you study that book, you read it 100 times, you're gonna have an amazing life. Because it's all about people. I've said that before. It's all about people. And if you become good at working with people, how to win friends and influence people, you're going to be able to help them to understand your answers, your solutions, and bring them along, right? And that's how we make the world a better place. When people have harmony with one another. There's one quote one time that I heard. I absolutely love it. And this was in a sales organization. And they told us, always, always, always agree with people. Always agree with people. Always, always. Never, ever disagree. Not once, ever. Never, ever disagree with people. That's from the book as well, but taken to the nth degree. What do I mean by this? This is masculinity. Okay, you gotta understand this. People are, oh no, masculinity would disagree and stand up for themselves. Okay, which world do you live in? Okay, because masculinity is understanding that you have a goal and you want to get to that goal as fast as possible. If you get caught up in a disagreement with someone, are you focused on your end goal? No, you're focused on this person who you are fighting with and who you're getting upset with, and your emotions are getting riled up for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And do you think that that person is going to listen to you more when you get upset, when you get emotional, when you try to, do you understand what I mean? Like, they're going to be, this is what's interesting. When you're talking to one person, and this is the same thing for marriage. When one person is excited or riled up or whatever it is, the other person emotionally has to back off and protect themselves. Meaning, the more you're into the conversation about debate, and you're not communicating at their level and meeting them where they're at, then they're going to be reserved and they're going to reject everything that you're saying by default. Because they can't handle the emotion that you come with. They can't handle you yelling at them or you raising your voice at them or whatever. They will protect themselves and their brain, and they'll be thinking about what they can come back with. They're not trying to be convinced. You want to, you can't convince people because they're working inside their brain trying to figure out how to convince you. So you're both just communicating, wasting precious time for no reason. I remember sitting in my living room, listening to my religious father speaking to his religious friend for hours and hours and hours on end. And they were talking about Jesus and all that stuff, right? And they just couldn't ever agree. Ever. And they would use, let me find you the scripture. Let me read in the Bible for you. It says here. And then, no, but it says here that you blah, blah, blah. Stupid. Both of them. I'm like, oh my gosh. How can you, you're not progressing. There's no progress going on here. You guys both believe that you're right, and we're not moving in any direction or coming to a unity of the truth. So they suck, right? Do you see what's going on there? You want to prioritize people who actually want to listen to you. If you're smart, if you're not smart, if you suck, then you need to be the one who listens. And the more smart you become, the more stupid you learn you are. Right? The more you find out you suck, the smarter you become. The more intelligent you become, the more you know that, man, I know nothing. I know absolutely squat about the universe, about anything. And here I am saying that I know everything about relationships. I don't know everything about relationships, but I know way more than any other person that I've met yet. Okay? But I'm always, even though I understand more about relationships than they do, I don't talk. Unless I'm on YouTube. I listen. I listen to them. I listen to their experience. I listen to their stories. I listen to what they've heard. I listen to listen. Because that's the masculine way. The moment I open my mouth, I've stopped listening. Sometimes I get some cool epiphanies from the things that are coming out of my mouth. But you understand what I mean? The masculinity in communicating and talking to others is listening, guys. Use these two, right? You need to use your ears twice as much as you use your mouth because you've got two of them, right? That's kind of basically, that's communicating. That's communication. That's talking to other people and becoming a leader. So if you're going to lead people, this is how you lead. Stop talking. Shut up. Shut up. Okay? Just like Chandler says in Friends. Because you're talking too much. Femininity yaps. Blah, 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 blah. Femininity sucks in men. Okay? You want to be a man who shuts up and who listens. The first thing you do when you talk to people, I was telling you, if it's friends, people you know that have a track record for a very, very long time, what you want to be doing, if there's a stranger in front of you, oh my gosh, this is your opportunity to shine. The way you shine is you listen to them and you ask them questions about them, about their likes, about their dislikes, about their opinions, about, what they did yesterday, what they did today. Really? That's fascinating. Oh, can you tell me about your story? I want to hear this, that, and the other. And every time they try to ask about you, you give them a short answer, and then you go back to them. Because you want to hear more about them, because they're fascinating, they're interesting, they're important. Because that's masculinity, because you understand that your goal is leadership. Your goal is to help this person to get to where they want to go. And as long as they're listening to you, these people are working inside their brains. They're trying to judge whether what you're saying is true, correct, or not. But what they say themselves, they know is true. Unless they say something and it's that didn't seem right. Right? Your job is to listen. Listen, listen, listen more. Listen, listen, listen again, and listen more, and then listen again. And then maybe at the end, when they love you so much, and they're like, wow, man, this guy's so awesome. Whoa, I just felt really good in his presence. Why did I feel so good? Oh yeah, it was because I was talking about myself. Everyone loves talking about themselves, right? So you listen. Stop talking. I need to get better at it all the time myself, okay? We love speaking. We love other people hearing our opinions, right? And the reason maybe I can't stop myself from talking to you guys less than 40 minutes on my videos is because I listen to people all day long. That's what I do. Okay? So the one small half hour in the morning where I talk to you guys, I'm yapping. I'm giving you guys all the information that I've got. So, if you listening, asking questions, now you know information. Now you know where they're at. Now you can meet them where they're at, take them by the hand and say, you know what? Maybe it's like this. Have you considered this and this and that? And you basically educate them by asking questions. This is something that I need to continuously improve on because it's difficult. It's difficult to learn communication, but once you master it, you've become the best salesperson that you could ever become, right? And you're leading people in the right direction. And you know what happens when you do that? You're helping people. That's what masculinity is about. Because the more you help people, the more people are going to help you. You help the masses help you. And when the masses help you, you're already a multimillionaire or a billionaire. Do you understand what I mean? That's how you achieve your dreams, guys. That's how you achieve abundance. That's how you get the exponential growth curve through people. That's success. That's how life works. The more you think about yourself, the less wealthy you're going to be. Your net worth is dependent upon how much your network loves you and wants you to succeed. And the better you become at working with people and rubbing them the right way, right? The richer you become. Or you can be like a lot of people that I know who rub people the wrong way, get everyone to hate them and feel that they suck, and then you basically don't accomplish much after all. So that's what I wanted to share about masculinity when it comes to communicating with others. It's a little bit different when you are talking to women, but that's for another time, and that's for the coaching clients, and that's for those people who have surpassed and set up their financial foundation. I'm going to teach you everything about how to communicate with women, how to get them to understand and love 3 girls in love so that they can be fired up outside their brains for the rest of their lives with you. Let's see if there's any questions. Lul, so true. I need to hear this. Religious conversations that last hours. Sounds like something happening to me recently. Yes. Do not get entangled with politics and religion with people unless you know you can help them to get to your level. Right? So me as a huge, big-time libertarian, as an example, I know that libertarianism is necessary for us to create heaven on earth until the point where everyone is nice, so we don't need any police, we don't need any military, we don't need all of that, but we're not there yet. So we need police, we need judiciary, we need the law, we need the military, right? And that's the only thing that government should have in their possession. That's it, okay? But me personally, I can't be yapping to people about libertarianism because they don't get it, right? The only thing that I can do is to say that I'm a libertarian and then listen to people, listen, ask questions, listen, ask questions, and then at the end when they actually do care about my opinion, because I've treated them the right way and I've met them where they're at, then I can share my thoughts. And then they'll be like, I didn't think about that. That's a good one. Thank you so much. And now they're working on the thing that I explained to them instead of working on what they wanted to tell me because I disagreed and blah, blah, blah. One last thing. Just remember this quote forever. This one changed my life. And I've never heard anyone else say it. So you can quote me on this. If you are right and you get angry, you are wrong. If you're right and you get angry, you're wrong. Why? Because you became feminine. Getting angry is feminine. Violence is feminine. Okay? It has nothing to do with masculinity, none whatsoever. It is warped masculinity because you are a hybrid. A hybrid, when it comes to gender and femininity and masculinity, is very bad. Very bad for society. So you need to understand that anger should never, ever, ever happen. Why are you getting angry? Why are you getting annoyed? Because if you're angry and annoyed, obviously you can't control your emotions. Because you want to feel angry? Do you want to feel annoyed? I thought not. So it's not actually having a purpose, and it's not helping you to direct people to the next level. Right? And you're giving people bad emotions when you do that. And if they do follow you because you're angry or you're yelling or that stuff, then they're following you because they're afraid. Or because, oh my gosh, he became like that. And now I need to, and then they follow you for a little bit, and then they revert back to their old ways because they're feminine. They're environmental, right? A masculine man, even though someone is angry at him, will still just stand like there. He'll just not care, okay? The only moment he cares is when the person is beginning to get violent. Then he kicks in his self-defense and kicks his ass, right? Because you don't touch me. But if you're just yapping at me, I don't freaking care. Because my emotions are still. I'm consistent. That's masculinity, right? So if you're right, you get angry, you're wrong. And if you remember that, you'll stay masculine and you'll have the same attitude, the same happiness, no matter what, all of the time, because you're consistent. That's masculinity at its best degree. And please, disagree with me. I want to hear your thoughts. Let's see. Libertarianism is what everyone wants if you don't call it libertarianism. That's a good one. Everyone wants freedom, right? But they don't want other people to be free. I agree. Awesome work. I agree with violence and anger being a bitch move. For sure. Controlled and athletic violence is good in a competitive way. Yes. But the guys get up, shake hands after one gets effed up. That's masculine. Boxers hugging after the KO is masculine. I completely agree. I wish the schooling system would teach people these concepts. The whole world has gone bananas these days. Absolutely. Hope you got a lot out of this message. Get excited. Get fired up outside your brain about the Men of High Value movement. Participate. This is going to be huge. This is going to be massive, right? And we're going to help everyone to get rich. That's what this is all about. And this is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you in the next one.